because obviously GoPros can go places that normal cameras like cell phone cameras can't, you know, in the water, all that kind of stuff. So some of the shots are a bit more extreme with them. But before we get into this video, I really appreciate you guys leave a like in the video. That'd be insanely awesome. And of course, make sure to comment down below and tell me the craziest thing that you've ever caught on camera yourself, whether it be like a near-death experience or something like that. I don't know. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel because that really helps out. But let's go and get into this top 5. And the number 5 spot, we put a guy named Jacob, who's a diver, and he drifted out into sea. So he's out there treading water, and he was out there for 6 full hours. And here's the thing, he's
alright, I won't answer the door. I already know. Come on.
Serious situations you can possibly be in, honestly.
Lost at sea, a man cool as could be records what he believes are his last moments on this planet.
So that's it.
30-year-old Jacob Childs is treading water in the open sea. He's alone, but he does have a GoPro camera to document the end for his loved one.
The sun's going down.
It started off as a spectacular adventure, exploring this shipwreck 30 miles off the coast of Australia. But during the dive, Jacob got separated from his group, and when he popped up to the surface, a swift current pulled him away. He found to his shock that the dive boat was leaving without him.
That's a wrap on old Vicky, I guess.
But all is not lost. Notice Jacob is wearing a bright orange marker that also serves as an emergency flotation device. Just when night has fallen and he thinks the end is near, a search plane suddenly appears overhead.
Plane's coming back. Plane would have to come back.
He had stayed afloat for 6 nightmarish hours. Now back home, Jacob says he's alive today because his wetsuit prevented hypothermia. That emergency marker also helped the rescue plane spot him in the dark. And one more thing, he never panicked.
Moving on to number 4, we've got a skier who accidentally falls into a crevasse, and this thing is like a deep one. Luckily, he doesn't get hurt because there's a bunch of snow at the bottom, so he just falls into that. But before he goes down this giant mountain, he says, you know, there's a crevasse at the bottom. It always sketches me out because apparently they've gone down, I think, a couple different times, and they've had issues, but obviously it's scary to see a giant hole at the bottom of where you're going, or at least very near to it. And this time he ended up falling and kind of scooted his way across the snow into this crevasse. To be honest, it actually kind of looks a little bit cool from down there, and I don't think I'll ever go to one myself, considering that I can't even like do a bunny slope while skiing. God knows. I tried going down in the intermediate slope one time. It took me about an hour to get down this thing. Goodness. I looked like I recharged going about 2 miles an hour because basically every time I tried to stop, the only way I could stop was falling down. So I'd go really fast and then I'd fall down and just like spin. I was terrible at it.
I'm always a little bit sketched out by the crevasse at the bottom. That's pretty nice. I'm okay, I'm just, I'm going to need quite a lot of help to get out. That was scary. So we're going to have to call rescue, yeah? I'm pretty sure you are, yeah. How deep are you? About 60 foot. 60? Yeah, 60. Yeah, thanks. How far did you slide down? Oh, to the bottom.
Are you looking for a fight? Holy, check this guy out. He totally wants to battle. Psh. Let's go, guys. To my side. Easy. They're in my trap right now. Where'd that guy go? It's up there. Oh, it's a trap. My guy's coming. Retreat, retreat, retreat. Go, troops. My plans work perfectly. This is not over.
Heading over to 3, we've got a plane crash that was caught on tape, and this wasn't a huge plane. It only had like 8 people on it, but still, it's a really scary situation to be in because when you're flying, it's like your biggest fear. From what I understand, though, the plane stalled out, and they were just off the coast of Hawaii, so they had to make an emergency water landing, and obviously the plane, nobody's going to be using that thing again. It sank down to the bottom of the ocean and was done for, but everybody else got out safely.
Those passengers don't know it yet, but they are seconds away from experiencing the worst fear of every air traveler. Suddenly, the alarm sounds. The plane is going down, spiraling into the ocean.
Somebody said don't drink the water from the faucet. It's water advisory again. I know. So that means we have to drink water.
A mad scramble as water fills the inside of the plane. Survivors going for the exits. Clinging to anything they can get their hands on.
Moving on to number 2, we got a guy in the Gulf of Mexico, and he's out doing some spearfishing with his friends, and I believe he's the only person in the water at this point in time. But before any of the PETA guys or vegans get super pissed off at me for showing this video, or this guy in the video, he's killing lionfish, which you don't know, they're a really invasive species. They're not good for ecosystems, so it's okay. Don't freak the fuck out, please. Anyway, so while he's doing this and spearfishing, getting some fish, he was down there for a while, and all of a sudden at one point in time, he turned around, and you can see quite clearly, I guess not quite clearly, in the distance, there's a shark that's starting to circle him. So he obviously is getting a bit worried, and at one point the shark, which is a great white shark, gets really, really close to him. And if I saw a shark in the water, God knows I would bolt out of there so fast.
I never was. No, you need to go to school. You're sick. You're getting sick. You are.
No, you do gross. Look. It's chocolate.
What sucked it out?
It was pure chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, the number 1 spot, we got a guy who pretty much just drove off a cliff with a motorcycle in an accident going around a bend. I don't know what happened, but it was a really scary sight. This footage was off of one of his friends who was riding behind him, and they were all on motorcycles. It was really a huge surprise that he wasn't hurt worse than he was. All he had was like a broken shoulder.
A terrifying motorcycle crash caught on video. Oh! It happens in a heartbeat. Keep your eyes on this motorcyclist who goes full speed over a cliff. In slow motion, you can see he actually slams into the top of a tree. Oh!
That split second when I saw his body fly over the trees, I thought he was dead.
Willie!
David Park recorded these panic moments with a helmet-mounted GoPro camera as he searched desperately for his friend Willie.
Hey, call 911!
David scrambled down the steep cliff, pushing through heavy underbrush at Angeles National Forest near LA. Police rushed to the
So
scene.
where are all of them?
Willie,
What David found was a miracle. Willie was alive.
just don't move, okay?
He was conscious but stunned.
My back tire like slipped, and it made me slide forward, and then I couldn't control the bike.
David stayed by his friend's side till rescuers arrived. They couldn't believe their eyes.
Man, you are a lucky man, Willie.
It turns out Willie suffered only a broken left shoulder.
Those are the clips that I have for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you leave a like in the video. If we can break 10,000 likes, that would be insanely awesome. I really appreciate that. Also, make sure to comment down below and tell me which one of these clips was the I don't know what I was going to fucking say there. I was going to say craziest and I said scariest at the same time. I sounded like a dumbass. Yeah, let me know which one of these was the scariest one to you, and tell me the scariest thing that's ever happened to you that you've caught on camera, or maybe you didn't. I don't know. Just tell me stories in the comment section. I'm begging for comments right now. You gotta help me out, okay? And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because that really helps out. And if you want to see another video kind of similar to this one, make sure you go and check out my last video, which was like the top 5 most embarrassing or awkward YouTube videos. I'll leave a link to that video down in the description, so make sure to go check that out. I think that you guys will like it. But that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Shebang, bitches.